a 29-year-old woman, and this is the story of how I started breaking a cycle that had been passed down like a family heirloom. I grew up in a quiet suburb, where lawns were neat, neighbors waved, and everyone seemed normal from the outside. Inside our house, things were tightly controlled. My mother believed in discipline, not the kind you grow from, but the kind you learn to fear. She called it tough love. What it felt like was always walking on eggshells. I don't remember being comforted when I cried. I remember being told to stop making a scene. If I brought home a scraped knee, I was told to suck it up. In 4th grade, I came home with a swollen eye after a boy hit me during recess. My mother didn't ask if I was okay. She asked, "What did you do to provoke him?" No follow-up. No call to the school. Just the assumption that I must have deserved it. Punishments were never mild. One time I was grounded for rolling my eyes. No books, no TV, no friends, just a chair in the corner for hours. Another time, after she said I was being disrespectful, she handed me a stack of loose leaf paper and told me to write "I will not be disrespectful" 500 times. I finished at 2 a.m. with a cramped hand and tear-stained pages. My father wasn't cruel, but he wasn't there either, not in a way that mattered. He worked long hours, came home tired, and kept his head down. Anytime I pleaded with him, when I asked why I couldn't go to sleepovers, or why my phone was taken away for a B on a test, he just sighed and said, "Ask your mother." He didn't argue with her. I don't think he dared to. Expressing how I felt was never an option. If I tried to speak up, I was accused of being ungrateful or dramatic. She'd tell me, "You'll get it once you're a mother. Then you'll see how hard it is." I stopped talking to her about anything real after that. I got out when I turned 18. I didn't care about college rankings or degree programs. I picked the university that was 10 hours away. That distance was everything. For the first time, I could breathe without being watched. I could make a mistake and not be punished for it. In my 2nd year, I signed up for therapy through student services. I wasn't even sure what I needed. I just wanted to feel normal. My therapist asked me during our 2nd session, "Did it ever feel like your parents scared you more than they loved you?" I didn't know how to answer that. But something inside me knew it was true. I didn't make any announcements, but I started to pull away. I stopped coming home for fall break. I missed Thanksgiving one year, and only got a text that said, "Your absence was noticed." Not "We missed you." Just cold silence with a hint of guilt. That was the pattern. Affection wasn't freely given, it was conditional. At 25, I had a miscarriage. It was early, barely 6 weeks in. I still remember the cramping, the hospital visit, the quiet sadness that filled the days after. I called my mother because I didn't know who else to tell. Her response was, "Well, maybe your body wasn't ready." These things happen. No pause, no warmth, just the verbal equivalent of a shrug. I didn't reply, I hung up, and I didn't call her again for a while. A year later, I decided to give things one last try. I went home for Thanksgiving. My younger cousin brought his toddler, and we were all gathered in the kitchen when the child knocked over a glass. It shattered, and before anyone could react, my mother's voice cut through the room. She screamed. Not yelled, screamed. The little boy froze. His tiny shoulders shook, and his lip trembled. Everyone stood still. I saw myself in him. I saw every moment I'd ever flinched. Every time my body tensed before my brain even processed what I'd done wrong. That night, while we cleaned up, I asked her quietly why she always went straight to anger. She wiped down the counter, didn't look up, and said, "It's how I was raised. Kids need to fear their parents a little. Otherwise they walk all over you." I didn't argue. I didn't say anything at all. But in my head, something snapped into place. I went to my childhood room, shut the door, and promised myself, if I ever had a child,